Grand Finals. This is a really good set, and there's a lot of history between Punk and Tokido, obviously, right? There's a lot. They obviously played in the EVO Finals, and Tokido is the reigning NCR champ, right? And since they played at EVO, these two have played a number of times. Tokido has gotten the W a few times. Punk has gotten the W before. It's not like he hasn't beaten Tokido since EVO Finals. He reset and then beat him at, or maybe Tokido reset him and then Punk won at Wednesday Night Fights. They played in the finals a while ago. So yeah, the champ in season 2 was Punk. The champ last season in season 3 was Tokido. So these two have played each other before. Punk beat Do in the grand finals of NCR in season 2, correct? And then Tokido beat Daigo in season 3. So these two have played a few times. Damn, I'm surprised that worked. So EX Tenko you're going to see as an anti-air a lot. He uses it to blow through the air fireball from Tokido when he reads that as an option, right? And that's one thing you see quite a bit in this set. I think Tokido was probably reading... That was a great dash under. He was probably reading Punk to V reversal. That's why he walked up and played really slow behind the air fireball. Walk back stand, medium kick, counter hit. Tokido probably thought because he gave him space that he was likely not going to commit fully to like a meteor or whatever. This is a great set. Yeah, this is a really, really, really good set. He tried to interrupt a little late.
Look at the damage and corner carry. One moment you try to get in between medium kick and EX red fireball a little late. Looks low.
The thing about Tokido that I'm really impressed with in this set is how he manages to fight really well on the ground against Punk, and also he uses Akuma's standing jab so well. I feel like he is one person against Punk who has a really good read and rhythm about when he's going to commit to offense or not. That sucks. His reversal jab timing is like really, really good. And he has like a good read about when Punk is going to shimmy him or not. So I feel like even though he gets hit a lot with throws... Oh, no. Oh, no. That sucks. Punk had a big drop there, right? Yeah, his walk-up jab like that is super scary, right? Because obviously if Punk walks up and does crouching medium kick, he can smoke you. Man, he spends so much bar in this set on EX Tenko to beat the threat of potential air fireball, which is one thing that makes Akuma so good, is the threat of like 9 different things means you have to constantly choose what option you want to do. It's not like her threats aren't really big too, right? The threat of crouching medium kick makes walking back and forth scary. The threat of her pressure in the corner is like constant. I mean, you're dead, yeah. Yeah, Tokido is very good about... I think there's 2 things that he does really well, right? One thing is, if he's going to throw tech on wake up, he's gonna throw tech. And he's gonna do it early a lot of times. So that way, you don't deal with the situation where he walks back and forth and shimmies you. The other thing is that he's really good about checking with his jab on a lot of pressure series like that. Okay, so something that a lot of players use against Punk. You see it early. Whiff jab. After whiffing the jab, he knows Punk has really fast reactions. And after seeing a jab, it's pretty likely that Punk will try to whiff punish with something, so he sticks out crouching heavy punch right after. You only do whiff jab crouching heavy punch if the person you're playing's reactions are so good that when they see you hit a button, they would try to instantly like react with punish, right? We saw Sien try to do that against Punk. I think that was final round. You only do that if your opponent is really, really good on the ground game and they see a whiff jab and they try to react to something. So that's why Tokido goes with that. And that was a clean throw bait. Dizzy on the next hit. And Punk definitely wakes up EX uppercut a lot when right about to be dizzied. See that jab check? I like that a lot. He had a feeling that there was going to be stagger pressure from Punk. Stagger or walk back throw. So jab check is really, really good. What's a whiff punish? A whiff punish is when someone's attack whiffs or misses and they punish that move while it's recovering. So I'll give you an example the next time we see it on screen. That was a great walk under from Punk too. Those air fireballs can get smoked by the EX Tenko. He has to be careful. Uppercut. It reaches so far.
Low medium kick fireball in that V trigger. Caught the space. And you can feel Punk was frozen.
Man, oh
He was
man, oh
afraid
man.
to do something because of the air fireball. So that's why Tokido got the walk up, hit that that crushing medium kick.
Standing medium kick buffer in a light red fireball. So good. It's so good. I can't believe they gave that to Akuma. They just don't want this character to be bad, I think. Hit confirm every time.
Super clean from Punk as always.
Anti-air, yeah, crouch fierce.
That's not easy to do. He walked up. Karen's anti-air is a little suspect sometimes.
It's very difficult to do.
Yeah, I think Punk had some issues with her anti-airs not being that consistent. Like the crouching heavy punch would hit, and then he'd try to do light command dash, and he kept getting the kicks instead because she would side switch under. Damn. See that?
And the reversal for the knockdown.
That's a whip punish. Tokido sticks out standing medium kick. He walks up and he says, I'm going to hit standing medium kick. Punk walks up into it and just says, nah, bro. Let me hit my standing medium punch whip punish. Damn. Watch it in fast motion. It's so fast to whip punish a move like this. Man, oh man, that is hard to do. Whip punishing medium buttons is rough. Oh my god, he won't flinch. Getting hit by that jump back fireball scary. That if that was parried right there, like, I mean, he would have been close to death.
Out of there, no, just not in time.
Throws to the corner. Building back some of that bar by landing a throw. The jump air to air.
That was good awareness. If he did early air fireball, that would have lost. But early air fireball would have lost the EX uppercut also. Yeah, you know, if you don't know what a whiff punish is, this is one of those sets that's great to watch because Punk is like famous for having excellent whiff punishes, right? That's like his biggest strength. Whiff punishes and hit confirms. And Tokido has really, really good hit confirms on his crouching medium kick too. Just like that.
Yeah. Tokido lands one of his own. He's got corner position. Dash up is checked, but red fireball plus frames on that.
I like that Punk challenge with the jab. Even though Akuma's really plus there, sometimes you do need to hit a button to make sure that they're like keeping it kind of honest, right?
He was negative anyway. He just wanted to get the knockdown and get some space.
Yeah, Punk is really young during the Street Fighter 4 era. He's pretty good at it though. I watched him play at Red Bull maybe 2 years ago. He's pretty solid at Street Fighter 4. Jump back gets clipped. That's the worst thing about these air fireballs. Is like, all right, well, you know, I'm gonna jump back on this like demon flip, right? Because I think like, oh, maybe it's gonna be demon flip throw, so I want to get away from it, or palm or whatever. You jump back and then he gets uppercut and juggle into death.
Into the critical art, and just like that, he's smoked. One apiece.
Like what? You're like up back the demon flip because you're like, oh, maybe I'll get out of here.
You gotta be very, very fast to see that. And if you're Punk, you might not want to get off that meter either, right? You might want to hold on to it, thinking the back dash or back jump.
He could have done counter hit combo and a medium tatsu there, but maybe he was afraid the range wasn't going to be ready or he was committed.
Look at this, cornered early. Try to find that low medium kick hit confirm. Kuma has it too.
I think if you're Punk here, you just kind of block and wait for, yeah, you wait for something like that, right? Where you can V reversal your way out of the corner. I like the way he spends V gauge in this matchup, right? Because, you know, there's times where as Karen, like, okay, my V trigger is not that consequential against Akuma. Like, it's okay, but spending it to V reversal in a situation like that, I think is worth it. Especially because you still build it after. I don't know why medium kick counter hit combos into standing medium kick with Akuma, but, you know, it does.
Tokido using a stand jab, a very, very safe normal, instead of committing to a throw, right? Despite the life lead, he still kept it relatively safe.
Yeah, and standing medium kick is super fast, super far.
Yeah, that button is, man, it's good. Akuma's standing medium kick is like, you can't go wrong. Every time you hit it, it's a win. In my book, anyway. When I play Akuma, it's my favorite button. I think most Akuma players probably love it too. And then that jump fireball, the threat of it and the threat of all the other approach options from Akuma just means Punk spends a lot of time jumping back or avoiding. So even though he wants to play regular ground game, like, you know, it's not always like easy to do in a matchup like this. Yeah, a little bit of damage on that. This is a big punish. Yeah, commit all your meter to get the kill. It sucks because you lose a lot of your best options to deal with the air approach, and also a lot of your big damage. But you gotta get the kill when you can. She also builds a lot of bar.
Take a look at the screen, right? Tokido is locked and loaded with 2.5 bars.
Man, my nose is so messed up today. I think when I travel a lot, my nose gets stuffy. It's part of having a broken nose. It doesn't work very well.
The resources, man. Having that kind of advantage is crucial.
See, not having bar there meant that Punk couldn't side switch, right? If he had 1 meter, he could have side switched and had the corner. But like losing that meter just means that he has to take regular, like, okay, I guess I'll just take standard, like, not a huge damage combo.
Not too bad. He still built V-trigger off
What
of
is going on?
Man, Tokido just blocked forever. Activates
So patient. So much patience on both players.
Oh my god. He doesn't have critical art.
quite dizzy. Wake up jab.
He can chip him pretty soon, though.
Backing up. He doesn't want to eat
Yeah,
it.
he can chip him now. Shoulder into critical art chips.
Find a way to open it up. He does have V-trigger on deck still. It might be an air approach.
Oh
It is
boy.
air approach.
Reversal, of course. Yeah, you know that you're going to chip him there, right?
To a button, but it would have been chip anyway.
So if a Tokido blocks, he can actually probably uppercut through that. But that's something to think about.
Of grand finals here at NCR.
It's a good thing he didn't flinch with a button because you saw the startup of Akuma's crouch fierce that would have led to a giant crush counter.
As long as Tokido wasn't blocking there, he
No, it
died.
would have been
Right.
almost dead.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything. He's so plus after that air fireball approach. I like the critical art option a lot, given how little life.
And it's very rare that you have to think about that kind of option as Akuma. So, or as any character really, right? The chip out threat.
But Punk back rolls this time to get out of the way with light demon flip. Doesn't have as much horizontal range as the medium or the heavy or the EX.
Those mid-range fireballs are much better when Karen doesn't have meter, right? Because she doesn't have the threat of EX Senko.
Speaking of, yeah,
So it's like a big threat that you can keep out there on the ground and try to like stop Punk from just looking for the standard whiff punish game. Because you try to whiff punish a fireball, and then you know you swing into it and die, and you're like, okay,
Tenko's in the trade.
I like that trade a lot for Punk, but still.
nice. That was a great hit confirm too. He knew that EX Tatsu would give him bigger damage than the medium Tatsu, and killed.
Just marched him down, used the demon flip for pressure. His low medium kicks.
Yeah, Kage is not that good.
He just did a really
You saw it in this tournament. He's okay, but not, you know, I don't know. He's not that great.
good there as well.
He has good knockdown pressure. It just, you know, it's not as rewarding as other characters, and that's like probably his biggest merit. Yeah, wake up jab.
Dizzy early off that. Couple of counter hits. Punk hasn't committed any bar to this yet. He's just gonna try to close this round out by keeping it nice.
Man, I really want him to just meaty throw Tokido more,
Watch the air fireball approach, and if he does, you can EX
because he's just willing to take the throw so much. I like that Tokido did regular jump. Yeah, he tried to over pursue there. He did regular jump because he's done jump fireball so much, I think, right? That he was hoping Punk would try to EX Tenko or do something else.
And it, you know, it got smoked. I mean, that could have been 40% and a knockdown and a guess, but Punk managed to close the round out without spending any bar too, so he's got full critical art here.
I mean, Tokido's willing to eat these throws. And particularly in the corner, I think you have to do it. The scary thing about Akuma, though, is if you 3-frame challenge standing like punch, and he does standing medium kick into V-skill kick, Tatsu, and side switches, that sucks. So even though you want to walk up and throw him, if he does do a reversal jab and counter hits you, you might have just lost the round by getting side switched into the corner. This is perfect resource management. We know this is coming. I called it out on commentary. You, the people, know. Air fireball hits. Knockdown. Notice that he didn't do Tatsu fireball uppercut. He did Tatsu uppercut so that he could save a little bit of V-trigger.
Making sure he feels the pain.
Oh, he can deep.
I say he can demon here because this is a pretty standard demon setup. Jump, whiff, heavy kick, because the heavy kick misses. Right? It looks like it's going to hit Karen. It whiffs, land. She's blocking the heavy kick demon. So that's like a pretty standard demon setup. But the most important thing about it is saving the V gauge, right? That's the part that matters. The resource management, not just like when he gets the, you know, when he's doing the demon setup, that part is impressive. But the ability to recognize that right here, not doing fireball so that he can save a little bit of V trigger is the perfect choice. With roundhouse demon, enough damage to kill.
He called it and the demon comes out.
Already taking a drink, the demon in the night.
That's really good resource awareness in the middle of the match. Knowing already that, like, okay, I did jump air fireball, knockdown. If I don't spend the fireball here in the combo, then I'll have just enough V-trigger left to go for the demon. That's actually optimal because it means you used, as like, you know, a bunch of your V-trigger gauge and then still had just enough left to set yourself up for the demon. That's what you want. You don't want to hit the demon right when you get V-trigger because it takes your V-trigger away.
Tokido breaking down the defense of Punk. You know, I gotta say, it's the last thing you kind of expect. Just demons in general. It's very hard to pull off.
Yeah, and not only that,
Someone says, getting hit by those demons killed Punk's mental game. Well, it's a good thing it killed his mental game so bad that it's 2-2, and Punk will definitely not win the next game and reset the bracket, right?
The way it hits too is very, very funky. So
wow, that was a great walk-up jab.
And then after the demon, he wouldn't, you know, have a close set in the next set, correct?
And the counter hit on the jump missed the combo. Yeah, he's left left range. Wow, the high
big time
kick.
punish. He's gonna go for side switch. He
Side
has
switch, yeah. That's why having bar is so important in this matchup.
Yeah, this jab slaps.
Beautiful walk under punish.
Dizzy on the last hit. No, he kept
That's
it
not
going.
easy to do.
Jab activated from Tokido, jumps back.
Alright, so what's
Right,
the
you have to really know, like, okay, in this space I can walk under and I don't have to worry about the jump in.
He goes for the dash instead of the Resentha.
Punish. No, he just walks up
not
for the
quite.
throw.
He tried to throw that time. I think it's because he mistimed the punish the other time.
And he flips out, but he lands on the
He could have EX for Senhod, but, you know, he flipped out and he wasn't sure.
Just plays it slow. Low medium kick could kill if he hits
Oh
it.
my god.
Doesn't need to get confirmed. It just throw him off.
That was really good. We hadn't seen him use that yet, right? And he just hit that standing medium kick, so Tokido was probably thinking about blocking. He was super low on life.
Reset here forces us to a second set of grand finals, but Tokido still some meter to work with. Still
I think getting hit by a demon can mess you up mentally, but clearly Punk's not that bothered here. He still looks really sharp. That's really good awareness of the range Tokido wants to jump. Throw the man.
You gotta always be ready for it.
Throw the man.
walking in looking for the hit. Next hit kills, but Tokido.
I love that he didn't spend any V gauge there, by the way. Just does heavy Tatsu so that he has V trigger for the fireball.
Air fireball looks low. The air fireball now
Throws the V reversal.
Tokido's all over him. The jump.
Demon setup.
He's got full resources again. The jump is
He doesn't even need it.
Committed to it. So much recovery on that, and it's gonna be a ton of damage. But wait a
See
minute.
ya.
It's not quite over.
jump over the uppercut for Punk. What does Tokido have left? He's on defense.
The
The crush.
sweep. It was a crush counter.
The throw, of course. He's willing to take the throws, right? Just throw the man.
Resetting the
You gotta
bracket.
throw him like 100 times.
One more, 3 out of 5 to see who's gonna be the champion of our second premier event of the year.
We get to see some more Street Fighters.
We
Sajam.
get-
Reset bracket, 3-2 last game.
As the bracket
Comes down to a super, super close match. The demon from Tokido was really clutch, but I think in that game, he was like a little too reliant on trying to use like air fireballs and other approach options, and Punk just kind of like danced around it and avoided it. All right, let's skip to the next set.
here and make some little adjustments. I think both of them are playing the matchup.
It is a really good set. This is one of those sets that I like going back and watching, right? It's one of those matches where both players are so good that when you're watching it, you can just appreciate that they're so, so good. That's why I don't want to stop and like point things out too much. It's just one of those sets that's great to watch, and we'll kind of talk about the cool things that do come up.
Hitting a button on defense.
And he did so with the stand jab. He's a lot more active with those checks this time around. Side switch.
I can't believe he just threw that out. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, the raw standing medium kick just committed to it, cornered already as Punk. He's got V-trigger available, so that's why he's looking for the
I like the fireballs at that range because he hasn't been throwing them that much, right? In the first set, he threw them a little bit.
Jump in his anti-air.
No flinching there from Tokido. As soon as he got anti-aired, no V reversal either. You saw that from the last round. Any type of forward pierce came out.
I like fireball in activate. I guess not plus enough to frame trap that. Man, oh man, that
Just like that, he
sucks.
walks into his death. Round 1 going to Tokido.
Punk tries to walk under the jumps a lot.
Reset.
It's very hard in V-trigger because the air fireballs hit fast and low to the ground, and you still get a combo off of them, so
There's the confirm from Gal.
That's rough.
That long distance low forward, he's so good with that. Letting it rip EX uppercut.
yeah, this is the stage they played Evo Finals on, right?
That much of that from
If I
Tokido
remember
in the first
correctly.
set, so I kind of like him doing a reversal uppercut between a block string and not just on wake up.
EX Demon Flip Palm that time. He's done the throw a few times, but I think maybe he was expecting a jump
Very,
out.
very hard to do. He's got the corner positioning now. Just dash and a jump to get out of there.
You gotta keep throwing him. He's willing to take it, right? So if you're Punk, you just have to keep doing that. I think the idea was eventually he'll get conditioned, right? But I think if you're Tokido's, you know, very, very tough in that sense to convince to like change his game plan. He is one of those players that drills it into himself to like, okay, I'm going to play like this. This is my game plan. He's very methodical about that. I love the shallow demon flip, hoping that Punk will uppercut or like panic or give up space. Jump back air to air, anything, right?
V reversal there. Hasn't been parried yet for that by Tokido.
A lot of little whiffs in that range by Tokido trying to buffer stuff. So I like that walk up fierce from Punk because it's a little further than his crouching medium kick, and it gives him like that extra little like, hey, You can't just walk up and whiff all day in this space. Wow, that was fucking crazy.
Dashing jab.
Yeah, I like that a little bit more from Tokido, like the jab checks. Tokido was kind of just chilling in that spot a lot. Doesn't spend the resources. Next hit kills for either player.
Yeah, he's got V-trigger available. Jump. No EX for Senha. Another air fireball.
There it is, the freeze. I was waiting for it.
Yep, I love that V-trigger activation. Because if it was air fireball or if it was jump, he could see either way and then spend the resources he needed accordingly. That was really good.
Instead of going for a conventional anti-air, he freezes time, taking advantage of that V-trigger freeze, going for the full max damage punish.
Yeah, I love that choice because he gets the
Using V-trigger for time freeze, perfect. You have to do that in a set like this, right? Like, wait it out, let them jump, go for the time freeze, boom. Really, really good awareness.
Resetting the bracket, a lot of momentum in his favor right now. Tokido trying to make it work here. Nice check on the overhead, but still got the best of that scramble as soon as he landed. Punk.
See, that's one thing that he's adjusted to, right? Where he stops, like, when Punk's dancing like that, he's gone for a lot more reversal jabs. Not so much that you can just frame trap him every time, but a little bit more, right? I like forward heavy punch too, to probably to try to beat Punk's crouching medium kicks. Maybe hope that his reactions fail him and he just hits a button really fast when he sees the forward heavy punch and he gets baited into hitting crouching medium kick or something.
No dash up or anything like that. I love that choice. Tokido just very patient, using that standing jab from Akuma, which is a really good
Dude, his standing jab is so good. I feel like when Tokido hits it, it goes half screen. I don't know why.
frame trapping that button a little bit more. Counter hit.
Fujimura was in this top 8.
Possibly with the crouch strong.
Yeah, and I like Punk just going for the throw, doing a little bit more button jab to try to
That
get
fireball got stuffed, although he didn't think it was going to hit. I didn't either. It was far as fuck.
He's gonna look for a way out right now.
Was the technical term for it. Man, he walked into it again. This is a really good choice from Tokido too. He recognizes, oh man, he's smart.
a lot of bar here. Man, he's got the
He only wanted to build the bar. That's all that he was looking for here in this situation. This is again perfect resource management. This is a really, really good example of spending your resources wisely. Tatsu uppercut. He doesn't go for fireball and uppercut because he doesn't want to spend it all. When he gets the knockdown here, notice that Tokido looks at his resources and he's like, okay, throw will build me a lot of bar. So he goes for the throw. Now he's like, okay, I have a little bit of V-trigger left, and if, you know, a few more moves will build it to me, right? He goes jab, jab, crouching medium kick. That could have been hit confirmed, that crouching medium kick, dash into demon. And that crouching medium kick backs him up to a range where he's just about right to get dash into demon.
Again, he did it again. He just built the meter. He saved a little bit of V-trigger, and that was
Super, super smart. As smart as LCD asking for Sakura buffs. Thanks very much for the 8 months.
demon from Tokido.
Trying to get his character buffed, huh? You want Sakura to have a raging demon?
I was like, it's always Colonel Mustard.
It's always Colonel Mustard.
That was a good choice from Tokido. Good resource management, man. To watch not only your V gauge, but look at how much critical art gauge you have and know that right there going for throw, and then just a few more buttons will build it.
Exactly.
Instead of doing Tatsu, fireball, uppercut, that would have spent the V-trigger. He just
Uppercut? Yeah, he had just enough time. You know, these grounded fireballs from Tokido have really paid off, right? He started doing them a lot more, and that was, I think, a read. He started doing them a lot more in this set, right? Because recognizing, like, okay, there are ranges where he can throw them better against Karen, particularly when she doesn't have V-gauge, right? I love offensive V-reversal, but the backdash was, you know, pretty well placed. Uppercut. The thing about Tokido is I think that he will miss uppercuts when you jump at him in the front, but if you go for cross-up jumps, his anti-airs on those are really, really high. The percentage of anti-cross-up uppercuts he hits is like crazy powerful. That's really his bread and butter, right? Because he doesn't want to lose the corner. Just like I don't want to lose Robot Ocelot as a 16th month sub. Thanks very much. Beautiful walk under. EX uppercut? Oh my god. It lost. Someone asked about him spending EX gauge on EX for Senha, and right there you saw it, right? Like, you want to spend it, but the problem is you know, it's still, yeah, he was probably scheming on another demon there. You want to spend EX for Senha, but it still loses sometimes to stuff like jump air fireballs or other jump approach options. The way Tokido does anti-air DPs when you jump over him is he does a half circle input. So he walks forward and does half circle forward, and then does the DP.
Threatening with the spacing. Not even the normal, just the spacing. The presence of Karen's normals are so scary.
Yeah, so is the
Yeah, Tokido is willing to take the throw. When Punk shimmies him, he does one of two things: reversal standing jab or block and eat the throw. Those are the two things he does.
That was a good choice to walk up and check the neutral jump from Punk. Plays it
See?
nice and slow. There's the throw afterwards.
He dances in and out. Punk is like, yeah, all right, I guess I'll just walk him and take the throw. Tokido's willing to just sit there and wait, right? Like, he's not getting too antsy.
Confirm. Next hit. He hit the jab anyway. Tokido activates.
He's got to watch the jump approach options. Man, oh man, getting hit by that jump back fireball is so scary because you get knocked down and then Akuma's up close for pressure.
Just waiting for him. Overhead misses.
Just barely out of range. Does connect with
Full resources, air fireball. He wanted probably
the
demon.
fireballs. Crouch strong.
That was scary. That crouching strong. I think he was trying to bait Punk into trying to jump the demon after the standing medium kick. Reaction? I thought he was going to EX Tenko. It's like I thought Reckless Nick was going to hit me with a Twitch Prime. Thanks very much. Oh my god, he reacted to a... This is one of those things. It's probably the thing I expected the least. It was a raw dash up from Tokido at the very end. That is hard to do.
Punk was already the one time he moved in on the ground, and he needs one more game to be the NCR champion.
Puts himself on tournament game.
To himself from Punk. Great job in stopping the approach from Tokido. And that's something he hasn't really done throughout the entirety of this grand finals, right? To kind of take that kind of risk to dash up against Punk. But still, the fact that Punk was ready for it, amazing stuff. Amazing.
Man, this set was shorter than I thought it was. It's only a 30-minute set. I thought it was longer than that.
So is the ground approach with that walk-up jab.
Looking at the timer right there, I was like, man, I can't believe it. They played 2 full sets of 3 out of 5 in 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes.
Just walking, playing so patient on the ground. It's really, really tough against someone like Karen.
Great air-to-air. You know, the thing about Karen is that her anti-airs are... They're not horrible. They just have to be chosen carefully, right? That's the one thing you have to remember about it. Just like I remember that Sand Noodle hit me with the Twitch Prime. Thanks very much. This is one thing important to point out about her anti-airs as well. When we see this situation, crouching heavy punch in a command dash is great because it allows you to position yourself and take, you know, stuff like that walk-up throw. But it also puts you in positions where sometimes he gets the input error, which you saw a few times in this top 8. He had it happen to him in his loss against Fudo and in his match here. He didn't believe in the punish on the landing frames, which I don't blame him because the air fireballs recover a lot faster than you expect, to be honest. It's really fast. He has Demon again.
He has one more shot. That's the shot right there. Air fireball chips a big problem. Tokido can't block anything. The standing
I thought actually Punk had super, not Tokido. I didn't look at the right meter.
Man, Tokido, he has to gear up. He has to do it right now. Punk is at match point.
Just like that, he reset the bracket. He's bringing it all the way back to trade.
Yeah, I mean, I think hitting standing medium kick again there was a good choice because I think he thought maybe it counter hit standing medium kick so he could get the combo.
Last round. The standing medium kick
Connects. EX with Senha just firing away.
activates.
Man, he's just willing to take the throw every time, which is the right choice, but Punk sometimes like wants to still try the shimmy. It's barely, rarely works. I think maybe one time. Spend the bar. That neutral jump worked out perfect, and the damage on that is crazy. It's hard, man. That round is match point. If any button from Tokido is misplaced into a whiff punish, she dies, right? Like, that's what's so scary. Look at him just walk up and put his standing jab right out in Punk's face. And I think it's because the fear of standing medium kick or the jump approach means that he can do this.
Really keeping it ambiguous against Punk.
Low medium kick confirmed.
Kick though, side switch, forward throw as well. Classic.
Oh my god, he wanted tapped V skill into V trigger right there. That was a really, really clean read from Tokido. EX uppercut?
That'll do it.
This is a really good... You know, the one thing that people talk about, and this is something that the Japanese players have talked about a lot. Anytime they get knocked down, this is what they do, right? So he gets thrown here. Anytime the Japanese players get knocked down, they look at 3 things, right? 1, they look at their opponent's meter, they look at the life bars, and then they look at their meter. And they try to do it like when we were on E-League, they did this eye tracking thing with it, and they would just go like boom, 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 and they do like a triangle. where they like scan all three. And because of that, right, Tokido knows now, oh, Punk has full V trigger because he scans the screen. So neutral jump to read the tapped V skill is like it only works when you are like, okay, I know that he has full V trigger and he's been using that a lot to activate.
That's bad for Tokido, but the jump out side switch again.
That read is really, 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 really good. It's really smart knowledge of not only your opponent's resources, but of their habits and tendencies, right?
That is it. Last game, last set. Tokido taking the headset off.
Final game here. This set was so good. I love that situation because we got to see earlier Tokido's own knowledge of his resources. Like, okay, I have full resources and I'm going to spend them in this way so that I have just enough V-trigger to set up my own demon. Then you see him have awareness of Punk's resources and also like man, that was it. That's like the one time Tokido took the throw bait. That was it. That was like, you had to make him, you had to kill him for that shit, right? It still ended up working out. But damn, oh damn, oh damn, that was a beatdown of a round.
He's bouncing in his chair. He can feel it. He's one round away from sending the demon out of the tournament and winning here.
That was, I can't believe that hit. Good hit confirm.
Medium kick hit confirmed. Tokido trying to find offense. He's fighting on the ground so much.
Again, crush counter finds the reset this time around.
He just sticks that standing medium kick. Dash EX uppercut. I don't know. You know, it's not the most damage you'll get out of 2 bars with Akuma, but I think it's, the corner carry is probably worth it. I imagine that's what he wanted, was crouching medium kick just a little later.
You don't want to get counter hit by that. You don't want to
Oh, it whiffed.
as Tokido stealing away all this life, all this damage, but Punk, if he finds him low, he's got all that meter to work with.
I like the fireballs from Tokido a lot. EX uppercut for as much jump back. He tried instant overhead, I think. Akuma has V-trigger as well. Fireball activate for sure, right? Okay. The thing is, if he does jump air fireball, you know Punk is going to EX Tenko, right? So that's why Tokido here, he probably just like waits, right? Oh my god, the fireball was so well spaced. He really, in the second set, he really starts using mid-range fireballs so much more. Like that range right there, he throws so many more of them. And Punk's not ready to EX Tenko them. So, like, why not, right? That is a fatal error. Oh man, that sucked. And it's because her body gets moved forward here, I think, right? Stupid YouTube VOD. I think because she gets pulled forward, she's past Akuma now. So it counts as quarter circle back instead of quarter circle forward. That happened to him against Fudo as well. That block on the overhead was crazy. And the reversal jab from Tokido I like because if that jab hits here, if he hit him with the jab, that would have dizzied him and he would have won.
Goes in with the Rekka. Okay, stun's not an issue, but the life is, what is Punk gonna do? He's got full resources. Fireballs are scary. EX Tenko is a threat. Dash in. Tokido.
It's just a positioning error that happens with Karen. It's something that can happen quite a bit in situations like that. One of the faults of her crouching heavy punch anti-air. Oh, that sucks. Twice in this game, crouching medium kick Tanko has not reached. Chip. This is man, dude. I think his positioning or his knowledge of resources is so crazy to me, and I love the fireballs. Yeah, know the V skill's coming, knockdown, sees where he's at on chip, back fierce, red fireball, chip out. No, there are some options Akuma has that you can't V reversal. There are setups like that you can't V reversal. Ken has one also that with fireball. Yeah, there are super chip kill setups that you cannot V reversal out of. I think it's because the red fireball and the V reversal or the critical art hit on the same frame, right? There's something like that prevents prevents a V reversal from being possible. Ken has the same thing. You can't actually V reversal because it won't come out, right? Because you have to wait for the last hit of the multi-hitting fireball. Is that what it is in this situation? Like, so for instance, some V reversals, like don't work against something like Urian's critical art, right? Because it's like it lasts for a long time and it's that big column. So even if you V-reversal, the invincible frames of the V-reversal don't last long enough to get away from the critical art. There are certain V-reversals that you can't escape. I don't know exactly why that one happens, but I do know that there is Akuma setups that you can't V-reversal. He could have V-reversaled earlier, yeah, maybe back heavy punch, right? If he V-reversaled on the back heavy punch here. But I think he probably didn't even realize it until it was too late.
No, look for the chip jamming from Tokido. That's gonna be it, your Norcal Regionals champion.
That is really, really smart awareness. 3 times in that set or 4 times, Tokido's awareness on his own or his opponent's resources are super, super top notch. And I'm telling you, it's because every time there's a knockdown scenario, they are so automatic about checking their own resources and their opponent's resources, right? So like when Akuma, when he hits the standing medium kick in a red fireball, he scans the screen like, and he just like, you know, he hits the triangle. My resources, my opponent's health, this. And he's like, oh, okay, I have enough to set up chip. Back fierce, red fireball, smoke. Perfect awareness of his own resources. This is a great set. This is one of those sets that's worth a rewatch, like, you know, every once in a while. Since we've watched these two play and we've done a lot of analysis over them, I didn't want to slow this down too many times. I kind of wanted to just watch through this and talk a little bit about it. Because in the set, I did a lot of live analysis as well. This is a really great set. Shit is fucking buff. You know, on the topic of Itabashi, someone brought him up. I heard he's thinking about trying G, which is pretty funny to me, actually. Like, because, you know, he lost to him twice, and now he's like, all right, I'm sick of this shit. Let me try it. Well, the thing about Tokido is I think the adjustment he made in the last set was the amount of mid-range fireballs that he used compared to before, right? Much, much more than he was doing in the first set. And he never took the throw. And his defensive timing on reversal stand jab is really, really good in that whole set. Everybody else struggles so much to deal with his pressure, but he does a really good job.